It's time to get in our feels today, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm feeling a little bit emotional. There's been a lot of emotional posting online. I saw an article, something about reptiles having feelings. I'm in my feels. I saw an article about a couple that broke up, and their ball pythons are suffering. And then all day today, I've seen things nonstop again about crypto. Crypto's back. Crypto's breaking people up.
It never left, man.
Listen, but before we get started, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your reptile-loving friends. This is the Reptiles With Podcast. All right, first things first, Snakeful Grace. Apparently, Snakeful Grace, they found an animal with crypto. I know that we've spoken a lot about crypto on this podcast, but for the people that don't know what crypto is, can one of you guys explain crypto?
Oh, I'm terrible with that shit.
All right,
Okay,
Chuck.
so crypto, there's two different types, Serpentis varanus. So one of them usually attacks snakes. The other one usually attacks monitors and lizards, but they can both carry both. So there's tons of different other types of cryptos that mammals can get. It affects the digestive system, so mammals poop and defecate all the time, so they can cross it very easy. Lizards and snakes and most reptiles cannot, because they defecate so slowly and they metabolize so slowly that crypto just lives there a lot longer and is able to reproduce in there, and pretty much is a bacteria. The egg has a shell on it, so most things like bleach do not kill it. So it is very, very hard to treat crypto and to kill crypto. And once an animal has it, pretty much it has it. There's no way to get rid of it. It could be in the stomach, it could be in the intestines as well. And yeah, it just you'll see the animal lose fat. They'll dehydrate no matter how much you feed or give water. They'll just very, very slowly lose their lives.
Yes. So in this post, they put up, Sorry, go continue.
I want to add, not always. Some reptiles figure out a way to live with it and carry it without being affected. Let's add that. That's
Okay.
it.
So they posted our health protocol, Snakeful Grace, and then they posted some of their results showing negative. But if I'm not mistaken, there was already an animal that was tested positive. So they wrote here, health, quarantine, and our commitment to each snake. We're aware of this concern currently circulating in the community, and we want to take a moment to address them directly. These conversations are valid, and we take them seriously. Our priority is always to ensure that the animals we sell are healthy, thriving, and are ready for a successful transition to their new homes. While we're currently reviewing our practices to see what we can improve further, we also want to be transparent about the standards we already follow to reduce the risk of selling unwell animals. Here are our minimal health and quarantine standards for any snake we sell, whether self-produced or acquired. Age and resilience. No snake is sold under 2 months old. This allows them to develop resilience and reduce the risk of failure to thrive, often seen in young animals, baby hognose. Feeding and growth. All animals are currently eating consistently or at least 2 months. Each has 10 plus successful meals. We track progress through growth in weight, length, and increased meal size and quantity. Muscle tone and energy. Snakes must have healthy muscle tone and show appropriate activity levels. Animals that are limp, lethargic, or are not thriving are never offered for sale. Quarantine and prevention, deworming. All incoming snakes are quarantined in a separate room from our main collection. Tongs, tools, and cleaning supplies are kept separately between rooms. We administer preventative deworming to combat common prey-transmitted parasites such as coccidia. Extended isolation for red flags. If any animal shows abnormal stool, regurgitation, or weight loss at any time, they are moved into a new isolation period for a minimum of 2 months. They are sold again after regaining weight, producing healthy stool, and showing confident and cognitively active behavior for multiple months. They say, we care deeply about our animals and the keepers who welcome them into their new homes. We're committed to always improving because our snakes deserve the best and our snakeful family deserves the support and peace of mind. Signed, Snakeful Grace. It seems like somebody that did get an animal from them, if I'm not misinterpreting this post, which is trying to load. They posted that is a real. That is not what I'm trying to pull up. They said this person, Hyperfocus Exotics, says be careful who you buy from and quarantine your babies. Not every seller is in it for the right reasons. And they then post their positive crypto result. The seller said that we would take them back, but it looks like they were more worried about the animals that they already had in their care. So, crypto's back, guys. Crypto never left. Make sure you are quarantining your new animals. Make sure you're doing regular checks. Obviously, it does get pretty expensive to do these kinds of tests, but that is a part of husbandry that is important, is being able to be on top of your animals, making sure that you are able to care for your animals and do the checks properly based on, what you can provide them financially. Thoughts?
I want to add, even if you get your animal tested the first time and it's negative, does not mean it's true. So, right now, I have a crocodile monitor who came out to be negative of crypto after the black throat died of crypto. And I am in a quarantine period of 3 months, and I test again. And after that, I have to test a third time to completely make sure, because there's different types of tests. There's tests that are looking for the eggs of crypto. There are tests that look for crypto itself, and then some are trying to look for antibodies that are fighting crypto. So depends what test you're doing. You might have to do multiple different types of tests and wait some time because you don't know what part of the period of crypto you're going to catch it. So if it's early on, then you're very unlikely to find any eggs or crypto itself, and then it comes out a negative. 3 months from now, the culture might explode and you're treating it like it doesn't have crypto. And again, bleach doesn't kill it. Dewormer's not going to do anything. They do not die with most things. You're going to need ammonia. You're going to need a high percentage of hydrogen peroxide. You're going to need some serious stuff that most reptile people do not use.
Yeah.
Factual. Eric?
I feel like that was pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
Thing is, with reptiles, especially in the private sector and all that, quarantine is kind of a myth. Most people don't really do it. Maybe they do things properly, but when those people miss, it's the time frames, or they're not, and what we're saying about crypto, how you kind of have to catch it at the perfect time to get it positive. A lot of people just hang on to that negative test and say that everything's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, or test a few animals, but don't test others.
Yeah.
Let's say that person's, all their hognose have it, but instead he ended up testing his corn snakes instead. Mm-hmm. That does not mean, just because the corn snake is negative does not mean that the hognose is negative.
Yeah.
You're just choosing which ones to test.
Yeah, and I think that when people have animals that are incoming, they're much more concerned with mites than they are those kinds of things. So people have preventative measures for mites where they're going to soak them, they're going to put them in the water with soap, and then they're going to dry the animal off, spray a mite treatment on the animal, and then they're going to put a preventamite on the enclosure that it's going to be in, and then they keep it away from their animal. But they're not doing, even an internal parasite, but they're not doing anything that's going to be checking for crypto and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, when it comes to treating for anything internal, especially if we're getting animals from overseas and stuff like that, you can't do that without sometimes killing it.
Yep.
And that's the big problem here.
I want to add too, if you run a reptile business, testing your animals doesn't make sense, and that's why animals shouldn't be a business.
Okay, well, but this is the thing. So this is where I think differently about it, because I empathize with your statement, but I feel that if animals is your business, you need to. Bro, we're fucking spending money, ball pythons. We're spending money on shed testing to make sure that we have the genetics. $100 on a test for a full panel to know exactly what your animal has. You're telling me that you wouldn't also spend that kind of money to make sure that your animal that's incoming, but you should. But you should.
But the business doesn't make sense. It's just another expense.
Bro, but if we're talking about a fucking multi-million-dollar industry, we're talking about people that are.
Yeah, but we're not talking about our industry. We're talking about singular people, singular businesses.
Yeah, but if
it doesn't
you're
make sense.
If you're, let's say, if somebody wants to be a ball python breeder professionally, all right, that means that they're probably going to be having to bring in, let's say, $100,000 a year to be able to maintain their collection, feeding and maintenance and all that stuff and all of their supplies, and have maybe 30, 40, hopefully $50,000 salary a year. You're telling me that in that anywhere of around $50,000 margin, crypto tests for animals that are coming in can't be part of that? It's crazy.
I think it just lowers the value of the animal because then the profit is less. I'm not saying I'm not on their side. I agree with you. But I'm telling you the way people think and the way business.
I think for a lot of the small breeders, the overhead for doing those types of tests doesn't make sense.
It's a product to them. It's just a product. It's just shampoo bottle.
I saw
Doesn't matter.
interesting clip from the Trap Talk Network where he was talking with Canova, and that's the leading guy in ball pythons, and he was saying kind of how with the shed testing, like if you don't do it, you're left in the dust kind of thing.
Yep.
And then also it's great to be confident in the animals that you sell, that even if you're selling hets, you're like, no, this animal 100% has these things. They're backed by shed testing. And it's just we should also have that same standard for the health of the animal.
But one of the things is making your product more valuable because you're doing all these tests.
Yep.
The other thing, they don't give a fuck about.
Isn't that weird, the things that people value?
Because people are selfish. Once you have a business, it's all about money.
Yeah.
That's where the conflict begins with animals and business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it just becomes, it's just a quick buck.
Yeah.
It's like...
Granted, not everybody thinks like that, but
I mean, look at...
if you have the business mindset, that's kind of how you have to view the animal.
It's the same thing, let's say, at Crocodilian Park, which I've been to many, and I've worked for a few.
You don't say.
So, at Crocodilian Park, if an alligator is sick, it's just an alligator. If it's crocodile is sick, a gharial is sick, we have a problem.
Got you.
It's it's just a product. It's replaceable.
Yeah,
It's
the weird crooked part of this industry kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just business. It's just business.
Yeah.
And once you might love animals very, very much, and you get into animals and you start a business, and once that starts paying your bills, you have to look at it like a business.
Yeah.
And the animal love part has to go to the side because now you got to worry about money.
It's rough, man. I mean, with dogs, they have AKC. And that comes with health certificates and with their vaccinations and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that brings their value up.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's crooked about this. It's just we should look at that as the example of what we're trying to do when we're saying that these animals are domesticated ball pythons out of generations. It's just if we're gonna say all that stuff, then we got to hold ourselves to that kind of standard.
It's bullshit.
So you're saying that if this animal has testing, it lowers the value of the animal?
No, he's saying that it doesn't add it. It doesn't add value. Therefore, they're not going to do it.
Profit-wise, it goes down.
Profit-wise, yeah, but the reason why it kind of doesn't make it, the dog stuff isn't necessarily a good parallel is because the dog industry, you're paying more, and people, it's a weird thing. You will pay, people like to pay more for the dogs, whereas the reptiles, it's very... much so the cheapest the best.
Would I buy from Yoshii that's doing all these tests and be negative? Or would I buy from OTW who's not doing tests? You know what I mean? Who's not doing tests and it's like $100 less. Really, who are you gonna buy from?
No, I get it.
I can argue from a money standpoint, the value of the animal would go up because it's been tested. At least that's what I think. I think people would pay more for an animal that has been tested.
You would pay more.
Yeah, you would pay more.
A lot of keepers would.
They won't. They won't.
A lot of keepers
it doesn't, bro. They won't.
That's
why you know why they won't. You know how I know they won't? Because they still buy wild caught. Because they still buy all the bullshit.
People who don't care will still buy that. The people who do care go out of their way to get captive bred, go to the vet, and will possibly get these animals.
Captive-born animals outside of ball pythons do not sell as well as the wild caught. Why? Because the customers are going over here. So if you're running a business, you have to please all of the people for you to make money. So do you want to sell this ball python now for the amount of money that it's worth, or do you want to do all the tests, bring the prices down, and hold it for 3 months? It doesn't. And I'm not saying it's right. I think that is very wrong. I'm just saying that is those people's perspectives, and that's why I don't think animals should be that type of business.
I just feel like there would still be some small market of people that would prefer to pay that extra money for an importer.
It's a small market going to pay your bills. Is the small market going to pay your bills?
Yeah. And so this is what I wonder. Now that
It doesn't.
If you get really high value imports like that, minimize that the gator situation.
No, yeah, but nah, it won't. That's like saying, oh, buying captive born brings the numbers down from imported animals. It's bullshit. It just doesn't work.
I don't agree with that, but
What?
the specific the
That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Where are the statistics that show that? Show me. What are the numbers?
I can
Tell
give
me
you
the
one-
percentage. Go ahead. Tell me the percentage.
I don't have to have those numbers on hand, but I can give you an example of an animal that works with.
Go ahead.
Sulcata tortoise.
Sulcata
What?
tortoise.
Hold on.
They don't import sulcata tortoises. Why don't they?
Sulcata tortoise?
Why don't they import?
Why don't they import them no more? Go ahead. Tell me. Because they're $50 each, and then you can find them on the road now.
No, because
But
they.
that's the literal example that you just said. That
No,
is the
no, no, no,
literal
no, no,
example.
no, no, no.
of
But that is not.
That's
No,
not why.
No, that is not why. You could still import them. They literally got taken out. You cannot import them legally.
Oh, I don't know.
yeah, the
Exactly.
numbers got so low
Legally,
that they got
you can't.
protected.
Ball pythons.
Yeah, do you see? And they still
No.
get imported.
Yeah.
Legally, you can't because they put them
Let
on
us know in the
sightings and stuff
comments
like
if you
that.
know an animal that specific situation has happened,
fucking
or
hate that
let us
argument.
know in the comments.
I
if-
want numbers, percentage, and statistics. Let's go.
Wait, what'd you say?
Saying it's a lie.
It's all live, bro. The only reason they don't come in anymore is because they're under 4 inches.
Oh, okay.
Legally.
I don't know if you guys heard that. Yeah, but
The only reason they don't come in is because they're under 4 inches.
Yeah.
The whole 4 inches.
Let us
per
also
rule.
know if in the comments if you would buy an animal, if you were more likely to buy an animal if it's been tested for that, and would you pay extra if it's been tested
It
for?
depends. It depends. Because I can't get out of my head the hypothetical that I was giving myself. No.
That what?
I'm like, you hear this guy? Come on, bro. He's laughing.
Listen,
Oh.
the reason why I keep saying that is because I'm thinking of a specific situation that would happen with. Let's say it's like a fucking rare ass lizard that no one is able to work with, and they only come in and people are trying to work with it.
I'll do you one better.
What?
Conceiver, you've worked in this for so long. How many people have asked you when it comes to those very specific niche animals
If it's been treated,
if it's been treated?
Probably nobody.
that's pretty common.
Yeah, treat it.
It's pretty common. It's pretty common.
That's different. That's different.
Wait, no, sorry. If it's
That
been
is
tested,
way, yeah, that is
if
way
it's-
different.
sorry.
Treated and being tested
Tested.
at the vet is
Oh,
way
yeah,
fucking
Yeah.
different.
How many
different.
people have asked if it's been tested for internal issues?
That's kind of rare.
There you
Kind
go.
of rare,
Okay,
he says.
There you go.
People don't really know, like, past just basic treatment.
People don't know past basic treatment is what he says.
Yep.
And
There
it's
you
also
go.
hard to internally treat imports depending on how long they've been.
Reason for me to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, business.
Business.
Business,
The
bro.
business.
I'm right. I'm fucking right.
Let us know if you think Chuck is wrong.
I'm right. I'm fucking right. I love when I'm right, which is always. I'm right.
Stupid.
Well, the thing is that you're gonna add what, $300 to your fucking
Yeah.
animal, the animal, and
Business.
I don't even
You
think a
see,
crypto
we have
test
a
is
business.
that.
We have a businessman behind me saying exactly what I said.
How much a crypto
It-
test does not cost that much?
It doesn't cost that much, but if you're gonna do it right, it's gonna cost you that
How
much
much
because
is
you have
it-
to do it multiple times.
You can't afford it when it costs that much.
How much does it cost?
So we pay $90.
you have a contract.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have a contract.
I thought they were like $70.
No, we pay $90.
I
Each.
think I know that you can get it for $70.
I mean, it
I
depends-
will
it
let you
depends on
know.
the vet. It
Yeah,
depends
I
on
will
the
let
vet.
you know. I
It depends
think
on
I
the
have.
vet.
Yeah. Anyways, are we done with crypto?
I guess.
Sure.
All right.
I'm right.
On this topic of very tragic things that are happening. Oh my God, so tragic. What a tragic time.
Imagine splitting up with your boyfriend and finding 70 snakes are left in your house.
Oh,
That's
no.
what happened at a home in Knaresborough in England when a rescue team were called by a woman whose partner had left multiple royal pythons behind in her house after they broke up. The owner originally told his girlfriend that there were only 6 snakes left behind. But when Knaresborough Exotic Rescue arrived, they realised that there were around 50 kept in drawers and 20 that were loose inside the property. Daniel Holmes from the Reptile Sanctuary said, "I've been doing this for many years and this was the worst condition I've seen snakes kept in." He also said that the baby snakes were in the worst condition because their enclosure was overheating. They've dried out, so now we have to rehydrate them and get them eating because they're severely underweight. He called the scene at the home sickening and tragic. Mr. Holmes has also gathered information about the incident to hand over to the RSPCA for further
I
investigation.
did not watch this video prior. Holy fuck.
I'm just glad that it's not in the States for once. I'm glad to know that Europe still has assholes.
Yeah. How do we feel about that?
Did he keep them in racks?
Yeah.
They said drawers. I didn't even think that they could keep them in racks over there.
They're
not supposed
They're
to.
not supposed to.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit, that boy. American.
Yeah, he's probably American.
That's an American fuck if I ever seen one.
That's crazy. That is.
I mean,
insane.
I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm surprised about is where it is.
Yeah.
That shit happens. Not that it's like oh, it's whatever, but it's like that is something that happens in this industry way too often.
That's ball python keepers.
People
Every
get
single
way
one
too
of them.
comfortable with how many snakes they can get, and
Can't even catch it.
So nobody feels
What?
bad about the couple that broke up. We only feel bad about these snakes.
who
Yeah.
broke up? They broke up over that shit.
No, you didn't
No,
even hear
that-
what I said. I said that's
Oh.
every ball python breeder ever. And he just looked at me and you just looked away.
Me?
yeah.
Oh, because I'm not surprised by the comment. I just,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're. Was it you?
It was you.
No.
Hold on.
I'm so happily
When
married.
did you go to England?
He had a whole other family in England.
Father,
That's crazy.
have you brought my royal pythons yet?
All right. Before we continue, support the boys. Become a member. Do the whole thing. You could become a member on YouTube. You could also head on over to modernreptileshop.com to purchase the merch. Speaking of all of that, it's time to open this box. Let's open this box, guys, before we continue and keep talking about all these tragic things going on in the world.
What's in the box?
What do you guys think's in the box?
What's in the box?
Cox.
A box of cocks.
Dude, what's going on?
It might be a box of cocks. This is a lovely.
It's an animal.
No. Can you imagine? I had to hear this whole time. This is a lovely box by one of our beloved sponsors. Chuck, show it.
Oh, shit!
Shit!
And we got some shirts too.
Yo, they're green. Bro.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite color.
I know, dude.
Anoint. We gotta
I
make.
know.
Yo,
I-
you
I-
can't.
I-
You
I
can't. You're not allowed to wear hats anymore.
What the fuck? That's
All
like
right.
my.
Oh,
thing.
fuck
We
yeah.
got a medium.
Oh, dude. Oh,
we go.
dude. I know what I'm going to do with this.
What are you gonna do with this?
I'm going to put one on Crusher.
Oh, that's fire!
I'm putting one on Crusher
Let's
tomorrow.
go, dude. All right,
Wait, do I have to put one on
fucking
Giraffe now?
Hit the collab thing on all of us. That's
Okay.
fucking awesome.
Okay.
One of the there's two shirts in there. One of them's mine. There's the
Okay.
one for you, buddy.
I don't really wear hats,
Dude.
but I will.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I feel
put.
like
I'm
Wait,
gonna
you
put
said there's
this
two
one-
here?
Yeah, one's mine.
Oh, shoot. He doesn't even know what he did. I'm doing a photo shoot with these shits.
Dude, that's so great.
I got a big ass head. I don't think
Thank
I'll fit this
you,
hat.
No, you
thank you, Morph Market team for
Nah,
sending
bro, I
this
got a
out
big
to
ass
us.
head. You don't understand, Eric.
Let's go.
I got a big ass head too.
Is it a Puerto Rican gene
What?
to have a big ass
I got
head?
a big ass
Yeah.
head. Maybe it's an island thing.
It might be an island thing, dude.
I'm gonna put this shit right here.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
That's lit.
I don't know if it.
There we go. Actually, should we all just wear this right now?
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take off the headpiece.
I'm not taking off my shirt, though.
No. I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna put the shirt on.
That's cool.
I'm sure you guys
Hell
will let me
yeah.
put it on.
Yo, support Morph Market, Palm Street, suck my dick. All the other companies suck my dick.
What about Dubia?
Nah, they're with us.
Yeah,
They're with
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
They're with
Yeah.
us.
They fuck with
But
us.
wait, what is? There's nothing else.
What?
Oh, Kingsnake.com, suck my dick.
Fauna Classified.
Fauna
Suck my dick. This is fun. Who else?
Yeah,
OTW.
OTW, suck my dick.
that's everybody. That's all of them. But on that, actually, I should go on to their thing right now. Didn't they just post something about right here? Look, the tariff situation. Dubia.
Oh yeah, there's an update.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot.
Yeah, now that tariffs are being reduced, we're dropping our enclosure prices back to what they were. Even if we paid more for some of the current inventory, we are eating that cost to keep things fair for our customers. While most companies hold prices high to boost margins, we're committed to honest pricing, charging only what's necessary, not what we can get away with. Thanks for sticking with us. We're in this together.
And that's why we support Dubia in this bitch.
Play the ad!
Yeah. Dude, can you believe we're getting sponsored by the biggest reptile company yet?
I can't. We just gotta tell Yoshi, see what he thinks.
All right, Yoshii.
Oh my god, this is not what it looks like.
This video is sponsored by Morph Market, the world's largest marketplace for reptiles, amphibians, and even arachnids. Buy directly from verified sellers. Whether you're a first-time keeper or a hobbyist, Morph Market connects you with the best in the hobby.
I use it for shipping.
Always use Morph Market for your next reptile. let's keep on going.
All right, we all know reptiles need bugs. And what better place to look for your bugs than online? Not just any place, at dubia.com. Because on there, not only can you find dubia roaches, you can find hornworms, you can find mealworms, and Discord roaches for your Florida folks. And while you're at it, you can go and scrolling through on their website. They also sell really awesome front open enclosures, super easy to build. So this is a nice example of one of their 4x2s, and I'm currently working on saving up to get some of those 4x4s, so these little carpet pythons can get nice and big and look awesome.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
Because they're taking a fucking loss for us, bro.
Let's
They
go.
are.
You know who the fuck is not taking a loss?
Who?
Everybody else.
Yeah, let's go.
Everybody else, they're like, nah, the Tariff's still up. Yo, keep that shit up.
Yep.
Keep that shit up. Buying shit cheap and stuff from the Chinese. They're like, no, Tariffs are still here, dude.
Yeah.
This shit's hurting. You know who's not doing that?
Dubia
Dubia
and Morph Market.
and Morph
Yeah.
Market.
And we got the Reptiles with Coffee.
Hell
They
yeah.
also posted something recently that I was like, let's fucking go. Did you know that when you support the Reptiles with Coffee, that a percentage of this coffee
Oh, goes to conservation.
goes to conservation?
I saw that shit. We're conservationists.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
That's when we got
Single-handedly.
the best sponsors. All the other ones, they
As-
just care about money,
They got
bro.
about
As-
1,000.
As of recording this conservation update, they have almost $1,000 committed to conservation effort. They write, so far in 2025, Cold Blooded Caffeine has donated almost $1,000 to support wildlife conservation efforts in coffee growing regions. Every sip makes a difference. Thank you for helping us protect the wild.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. You see what happens when you support the right people? All them other ugly fucks.
The mother
Stay
uglies.
the fuck over there. Come on, bro.
Let's
We
fucking
drink
go.
coffee over here and save the fucking world. God
Yeah,
damn
we
it.
do.
You over here spreading crypto over there. God damn it. We're over here spreading coffee.
Let's go, dude.
I was going to say something else.
I've never seen Chuck with a hat on. This is so funny. He looks so Puerto Rican. It's crazy.
Hijo de puta.
All he's missing is the Puerto Rico jersey for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They got a jersey on.
Yo
They always
nunca
got a
he tenido
jersey
una,
on.
cabrón. Fuck
Me
you.
neither, bro. I don't feel like a real Puerto Rican.
I don't
but
want
the
one.
funniest thing, it's never like a sports team. It's just a jersey that has the flag all over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have one when I
It's-
was a kid.
Don't
Huh.
worry, you didn't live in Davenport, so it's not like required for you to have it.
Fucker, I lived in PR. You stupid fuck.
They don't. No, Davenport motherfuckers are way worse.
No, bro.
The worst of the island moves to Davenport.
No. When did you live on the island, you stupid bitch?
Never.
Exactly. How the fuck are you talking? I lived in that
I'm
bitch. They
talking.
get crazy in
Yeah,
there, bro.
and you left.
I fucking left because they're crazy.
Not
Do they
for
got
long.
gators? No.
Yeah, they got caimans
Barely.
and retics.
They eat them shit.
Do they
Do they?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I guess.
Have
They,
you
they
ever-
have a we should go actually. They have a fuck, what is that called? When everybody goes party, hey, celebrate.
Changa.
No.
Block party.
Frog festival. They have a Cayman
Frog?
festival. They have a Cayman
Over there?
festival and you eat Cayman there.
Oh, shit.
They have like a whole bunch of food trucks and then everybody has Cayman made in different ways.
Interesting.
Yep.
This should have been in the alligator episode, the crocodilian episode.
Well, I forgot about it.
If you guys want to fight back against the gators,
Eat them.
eat them.
No, that's crazy. All right, let's get on to this. Oh, before we get on to the next topic, how are you guys liking the fucking backdrop, dude?
Yo, we got mad
I like
shit,
it.
bro. We
Does
got
this-
an award
We
right
got
now. It's me
awards.
right
Yeah.
We
there.
got
We
skulls.
got fucking alligator. That's a real dinosaur
photo is that?
skull. I can't read the signature. I'm not gonna lie, but I got that and some of these books from the Jacksonville, the people that do the Gopher games.
yes.
Can I pull this?
I think so. Is it moving anything up there?
No, there's nothing
All right.
up there.
What is
so
this?
that book right there
The
is
snakes. Oh, Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
and that's part 1. Part 2 is
Damn.
lizards and
Part 2.
turtles. Look,
Yeah.
that my friends never want to take me out herping and deny the fact that I want to participate in this. I had to buy books instead.
He just signs.
He's reading through the
He's just
pages, fucking
signs.
crying.
He's not saying nothing. He just. I wish I could find this one.
He like starts petting the snake. He's like,
I wish I could find this one day.
Oh shit, we got the fucking
shout out to Greg.
Greg with the calendar.
got-
This is a local company here, Freehand Goods, that
Fire.
I tried to fucking collaborate with them. They ignored my message on Instagram, but I still went over there and bought some stickers because they got some nice Florida animals, and I framed them because I can't afford their actual prints. I just bought stickers.
Dude, there's somebody making some cool Florida shirts.
Oh yeah,
They're like button-up shirts, and they're like alligators or like.
are you
habitat
sure
and
that's
shit.
not them?
And I'm not sure.
You have a shirt from them.
Yes, I have a
Yeah,
shirt from them. I
yeah.
have 2 shirts from them.
Yeah.
I have the crocodile one and the gator one.
Yes. And then what else do I have here? I put my niece's art. Eric sent us some of this shit. Yeah, it's coming together, guys. If you guys want to send me anything for the studio, let me know. I'll send you information about how to send it to us.
But if you got crypto, don't send shit.
Yeah, don't send your cryptos. All right. Back to our feelings. Reptiles have feelings too.
No, they don't.
Yeah, apparently the study from highly emotional
Highly,
reptiles in Australia.
Oh, in Australia.
Yeah. Reptiles have been dismissed for decades as cold-blooded, emotionless creatures, often viewed as primitive and instinct-driven. But new research is turning that stereotype on its head. A growing body of scientific evidence suggests that reptiles, from tortoises to lizards, are emotionally complex animals capable of experiencing a range of feelings such as anxiety, fear, excitement, and even social bonding, just like Eric. This revelation could reshape how we understand, treat, and protect reptiles, both as pets and in the wild, with major implications for conservation efforts, animal welfare, and public perception. What is the scientific evidence of reptile emotions? A review of 37 studies published in the journals, in the journal Animals, provided solid evidence that reptiles do in fact feel. Research showed that being handled increased heart rates in lizards, and tortoises displayed signs of anxiety in unfamiliar environments. From elevated stress responses to clear signs of discomfort or curiosity, reptiles have shown a wide spectrum of emotional reactions. Debunking the lizard brain myth. The notion that reptiles lack emotional depth is rooted in the outdated idea of lizard brain. It refers to the primitive part of the human brain linked to survival instincts, which was believed to be inherited from reptiles. Don't know how the fuck that links together, but
We used to be reptiles before we made it to the mammal phase.
or we are reptilian. Since reptiles don't possess structures like human limbic system commonly associated with emotions, scientists long assumed that they couldn't feel like mammals do. But modern neuroscience and behavioral studies are challenging the view, proving that emotions are not exclusive to creatures with complex mammalian brains. Social complexity in scaly creatures. Contrary to their reputations as solitary animals, many reptiles display surprisingly complex social behaviors. In the books The Secret Social Lives of Reptiles, scientists describe rituals involving courtship, nesting, and even parental care. These behaviors vary significantly different between species, but indicate that reptiles are not only aware of others, but often engage in meaningful social interactions. Chemical communication and hidden emotions. Reptiles may not wag their tails or vocalize like mammals, but they do communicate. A 2021 study in integrative and I can't fucking say that word. Integrative and comparative integrative. Fuck, I'm stupid. And comparative biology found that many lizards use chemical signs to communicate, such as pheromones. What?
Chemical.
You're so stupid. This subtle and largely invisible form of interaction has likely contributed to the misinterpretation of that reptiles are emotionally detached. Why humans relate more to mammals than reptiles. Psychological studies suggest that humans are more likely to empathize with animals that resemble us physically or emotionally. This is why dogs, cats, and primates often get more public sympathy than snakes or iguanas. And then we have here the last segment that I'm going to read. Conservation urgency and policy gaps. Today, nearly 1 in 5 reptile species is endangered with habitat loss, climate change, and other growing threats.
Invasive species.
Yet reptiles receive less conservation funding and protection compared to mammals and birds. According to J.J. Apodaca, the Amphibian and Reptile Conservancy, a lack of emotional understanding has led to gaps in conservation policies. All right. Thoughts?
I'm not surprised. I mean, it makes sense that an animal that doesn't get grabbed at all by a human is going to feel stress and anxiety and fear when it gets grabbed by somebody. So I'm not surprised, but I also feel like, at least my opinion and my mindset of it is way different than people looking from the outside in, because I already know like that these animals act different. So it's easier for me to understand that this animal probably does feel the same as like a dog or a cat about certain things. It just doesn't show it the same way. So it's a very, like, really depends on what you already know already. But it makes sense. I mean, it's kind of, everybody does it. We'd probably feel the same way if we got grabbed by a giant, you know?
Yeah, I think I understand this study, but I think people are gonna take it the wrong way. Like reptiles do have feelings, but not the same way as many other things, and some not even close. Especially solitary animals. Solitary animals do not bond. Why? Because they're solitary, and if they needed to bond, then they would not be solitary. They would not survive like that. So there is different levels of emotion. Like a tokay gecko from a crocodile would be very different.
Even same thing with mammals too.
And yeah. But it's like people are gonna think like, oh, my lizard loves me because of this. And I know it just like relates you to food, and it's attracted to you and it likes you because you bring it food. If you stop bringing it food, it would just look at you like fuck you.
Indifferent.
Yeah. Actually, to get emotional again real quick, I was talking with my wife at dinner about this on Friday, and I was saying how like that's how we associate that's how we have to understand these animals. But then there are the exceptions of like some larger lizards like iguanas that they do really develop relationships with their owners because of these things. But it bends more. It bends the rules more than many other animals.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about me losing Aloe, and I was telling her, I was like, that's why that hurt so much. Is because like she understands the dynamic. And there was a relationship there, And then on this topic of, crypto and all these things, are like, this is why we need to have better respect for these animals. Yeah, sorry, continue.
It's like the other day, like I train Crusher, the alligator, every day.
Yep.
He's very well trained. He comes to his name, comes up. I could touch his teeth, bro.
Yeah.
I could do whatever the fuck I want with that alligator. I could get behind him, pull him by the tail. I could get him. I could get on top of him if I want to. He doesn't care. And the other day, he tried to take my head off. Like, straight up, jumped out my head. And I was like, okay, fucker. Like, that's what we're going to... Like, he would have killed me.
Yeah.
And I feel like
You
a
wouldn't
lot
have
of
killed
times...
me. I'm too fast. Continue.
Shut up. That's, like, something that could happen with anything. But, like, a rat snake is a lot smaller. It's like, it's never bitten you. But, like, if you did something, you moved differently, or one day it just feels like it might bite you.
Yeah.
And it's not because it hates you. It's just because it feels some type of way today. Like, those feelings are there. It's just not as, like, complex as a dog or a cat or a person. It's less complex and less understood, and I don't know if we are gonna understand it really.
Yeah. Cool.
I feel like it will get better, but there will still always be that disconnect.
We don't even know about dogs and cats like that. We just know what we experience with them, but we don't know much.
I would also argue though that they're a lot easier to read with emotion and studying emotion than a lot of different reptiles. And stuff.
100%, but that's what I'm saying. It's like we know a lot more about dogs and cats, and we still don't know enough. Imagine like a lizard or a snake. We don't know shit, nor will we.
I would hope that one day we get with technology enough that we could literally see what the world is like through an animal's perspective, like actually.
That would be interesting.
Like
I could drop you off in the Congo.
I mean, that'll be a great thing, but the thing is, I'm talking about like color, smell, taste, like how they. For me, what's really big that I always wonder is, I forgot which animals it was, but there's an animal that like has a different feeling. I feel like it was whales. I don't know. I might be fucking talking bullshit.
Yeah, you are talking bullshit.
Probably. I don't know. But it would be interesting because I always see like,
I get
this
what
is
you're
how
saying.
a dog sees the world. This is how a snake sees the world. But, like, how do we know
I will
that for
be
real,
honest,
for real?
I don't like stupid animals. There's a lot of those.
There's one right next to you.
No, for real. Like I know people are gonna hate me, but birds of prey, I love the way they look and the way they hunt. They're fucking stupid.
What you?
They're fucking stupid.
Preface: right before we started this podcast, we were talking about birds of prey versus like crows and corvids in general, and there was this whole fucking debate that lasted way too fucking long. We started recording this podcast late, and now he's tying it into the end of this fucking podcast.
Listen, birds of prey are like, they're just good at I attack, I eat, I fuck. Like that. Like you train them, you give them food. He's like, ooh, I fly, I get food. I stand still.
But think about it. That niche of animal doesn't need to be smart. Like
no, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they look cool in the wild. They're just fucking stupid. Where sometimes you see something like like the Tokay Gecko videos where a snake is eating his buddy. He's like, fuck, I was fucking that gecko earlier. She has my eggs. I gotta fucking defend her. You know what I mean? Like, this bitch lays like, what, 2 fucking eggs? God fucking damn it.
I gotta find a new fucking bitch. God damn.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Go see the other end of the fucking light. And he gets fucking bit by a snake.
Like, I like animals like that show a lot more than,
It is interesting, yeah.
Or like deer,
No,
Yeah.
man. Don't
It's been
talk
one
shit
of the-
about my deer like that.
It's been one of the best things moving the blue tongues outside. Seeing like repetition in their behaviors, seeing their initial input to outside versus how they are now, seeing
Define.
okay, so the animals get put outside. These are animals that are raised completely in racks. As far as I've had them, they've always been in racks with me, and I would assume that they were in racks before. Not a lot of people are keeping them the way that I'm keeping them now, right? Put them outside. The first couple weeks, see me, run away. The first, skittish, they weren't basking. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing basking behaviors. I start seeing the way that they kind of extend their bodies a little bit. They really are out there absorbing the heat, absorbing this UV, and just seeing that behavior, right? But then still running away the second they see me. And then now, with this kind of this relationship that I'm developing with them, and they're understanding that I'm not there trying to fucking kill them, it's then now they're not running away as much. Now they're seeing me and they're interacting me differently. Obviously, if they smell food, they're they want to eat. They have a food response. But if they're not, if I'm in there, they're not really fucking with me or whatever. Or even then, if the that's how I tell if a mom's pregnant, other than body structure, is how is she interacting with me? Is she more aggressive towards me right now? I'm she probably has babies, and there's just all these different things that you get to see with the animal and interacting with them, and really just how smart they can be. Finding the right substrate is a paramount part of reptile keeping. And if you're looking for the best cocoa option, we recommend Cocoa to Go. Cocoa can be used for reptiles, amphibians, and even plants, so they're perfect for any kind of setup. So we make sure to use Cocoa to Go. Let them know that the Reptiles With Podcast sent you.
I wish turtles were smarter.
What do you mean? Turtles are great.
They are great. Yeah. That's what it feels like sometimes, bro.
They just look cool.
All right, look.
Some of them are ugly, though.
Turtles?
Yeah. There's a lot of ugly turtles out there.
Which ones?
Mata?
Oh, you're crazy.
No,
you're crazy.
That's a style. That's a designer turtle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. You're crazy.
I didn't say that they were. I just asked.
Oh, I was
The
about to-
yellow
I was
mud
about to
turtle.
Fight you.
The yellow mud turtle is probably one of the uglier ones.
That's a giant yellow mud turtle right
It
there.
is.
That's literally
That's
a
not that
giant.
ugly.
Yeah.
That's not.
They're
ugly.
on the same level
That's
as
like
the
a-
Mata Mata.
That's
Designer.
like a loggerhead, but bigger. What is the loggerhead?
Loggerhead musk?
the musk turtle.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
a musk turtle, but bigger.
Yeah. It's like if a loggerhead musk turtle and a yellow mud turtle
Had a baby.
fucked, and it was a giant.
Yeah.
Bro, that looks nothing like a yellow mud turtle.
I got offered that turtle right there.
Bro,
Which
you're
one?
pointing at the whole board.
Yeah, there's a whole
Not
board of
that one.
turtles.
Exactly that one.
I knew he was going to say that one.
Did you not accept
Everyone
them?
gets off
No.
of those.
Why?
I didn't
kinda hard.
have where to put them.
I told you I would build you a
No.
pond.
No. They wanted it at the zoo. It was zoo
Oh.
to zoo. It was zoo to zoo.
Like adults?
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, they're attainable.
And
They're
they
easy
get
to
big.
A pair.
Those are nasty
Oh.
size. Yeah, really?
A pair.
All right, I'm gonna end the episode here, but next
Damn, we were
episode.
just talking turtle. What the
I know. It's just I'm fucking starving, and we've been doing this for a while now. Next week, I want to showcase a very cool. It's not a zoo, but it's a place where you could admire animals. That's a little bit of a teaser. And next week, I also want to talk about the big changes happening to you in your life. Not those, the good ones.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You got a new job, bro. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it next week. But thank you guys so much for listening. This was the Reptiles With Podcast.